So it's the 24th of June and I was up early this morning spraying my apples and everything with BTK, so I've allowed myself a few hours out for my wife and I to have just a little trip out to Grange over Sands. It's a lovely day, and that bit there was the outdoor swimming pool, or Grange Lido. It's been closed for a long time. There is currently a petition to try and reopen it. It'd be nice if they did, but when we used to come here as kids in the 60s, all this, the whole expanse, was sand and mud, so everyone would be, you know, playing on here. And then there's a tidal bore that comes in, so there was a siren sounded to warn people to retreat to safety because this bore comes in at a fair rake of knots. Anyway, we're on the promenade here, and the railway line is just adjacent to it, so the station's kind of just down there. And I'm gonna take you around the community orchard. You can see the promenade runs for about 1.5 miles, I think, something like that. So, next stop, community orchard. Catch you in a bit. Just noticed as we're walking down the prom, there's a fig tree. Looks like brown turkey, I guess, but yeah, it's got a few on. Loaded at the top, actually. Nice. So we're on our way down to the community orchard. It's the main road through. Not a big place, but some nice architecture. Edwardian town, really. So here's like a big pond, loads of ducks on it. Can't see any just now, but very popular with people. Feed the ducks with the kids. Lots of ornamental gardens. And then just over the road is the community orchard. I think it's been planted about 12-15 years, so let's go and have a look around. So a little bit of an information board, and actually 1998, so it's over 20 years since it was planted. Right, let's just have a wander about. Keep it pretty well maintained with volunteers, and I like the way that they put signs on each variety. So the variety dual purpose, it's a mid-season, and the origin Newbury Berkshire around 1900. I love that. And yeah, there's fruit on it somewhere in there. It's not loaded, but anyway, moving on. Plum. That is Denniston Superb. That looks like a damson. Yeah, there's a few on it. Not many though. I think there was a late frost that hit the blossom, but there is some on it. Especially higher up actually, now I'm looking. think this part here is actually probably the more modern planting it's done in the last few years. That's some type of pear. Quite a few on that. Can't make out what the variety is. Keswick codling. That's a local cooking apple. That looks a nice apple. I don't know what it is. There's, again. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, it's another Keswick codling. It's a good fruit set on that. Not sure, that might be a medlar. And this was I remember this had been a mulberry tree, and that's definitely got fruit on. So I don't know how many different varieties altogether, there's probably quite a lot. Bradley's Beauty, that was a local guy who was involved with the orchard group, South Lakes Orchard Group, and he actually found this apple, so they named it after him. He was called Bob Bradley, a nice guy. Sadly passed away a few years ago now. There's no apples on it, but it is a very nice apple. It's quite a large apple as well. Again, I think it's dual purpose. And that's a walnut tree. I think that was already here, wasn't planted, but I noticed it when I was kind of wandering around in the early days. It's actually got some walnuts on. I'd love to have a walnut tree, but I've got room for one. Again, lovely view from up here, great place to have a picnic. You know, overlooking the bay, Morecambe Bay, and Kent Estuary. It is when it's a day like this anyway. I mean, actually it gets quite a lot of rainfall here. So when we get days like this, we try and make the most of them. Here's one, Ribston Pippin. That's an old one, 1707. There's a few on it, not many, but again, not one I've got. But actually, just noticed there's two walnut trees next to each other, probably for pollination. The old cherry tree there. So it's a kind of mixture of plums, damsons, pears, apples, cherry, walnut. It's great, really. Some of the cherries look a bit, you know, a bit ill, really. You know, these branches are a bit, not a lot of foliage on them, but yeah. This looks like a big old pear tree of some kind. Again, I can't see any signs up. Sorry about that. Here's one. This is probably my favourite apple. Ashmead's Kernel. It's not particularly heavy cropper, but again, there's a good fruit set on here. It's, June drop hasn't just quite finished yet. Yeah, that's my favourite apple, that. This one's got a good fruit set on it. Let's find out what it is. A little label here somewhere. Golden Noble. Yeah, I've got that one. That's one of my cordon apples. That's quite an early. It's quite an early apple. These are damson trees along these three here. So they're all kind of gone for open centre bush trees mostly, I would say. Yeah, that one's got a good fruit set. I think over here somewhere, I think this is a medlar. Some fruits on that. That looks like a hazel or a cobnut of some type. So that's just a nice wander through the orchard, community orchard in Grange. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, please leave a comment and thumbs up if you've liked it. And see you next one. Bye for now.